Hey, so it's been a while since I filmed a video. The last video I filmed was my approach trail video for the AT, and I did film more of me actually hiking the Appalachian Trail, but it was I have no idea how people go out there and film and edit and do all of that. It was so overwhelming doing that I couldn't. Um, I really have a new appreciation for people that do that. And especially when it's so high quality, like Jay Wanders, I just am amazed at the quality that some of the people put out, especially with their editing skills. So I do have some videos. I unfortunately did not finish the Appalachian Trail. I got only 3 weeks in, 110 miles. A lot of that I had to take a lot of breaks because I hurt my knee. That pain was resolved with just a knee brace. So I ended up getting shin splints. And I never realized how serious shin splints were, but this was incredibly painful. I ended up having to hike about 30 miles on my leg. It was my left leg. And it was so swollen. It literally looked like my thigh continued down to my foot. It was pretty bad. And I had to hike 30 miles to get out of where I was because the roads were closed because it was so early in the season. Some of the roads were closed. So I had to hike to a specific spot to get picked up. So that was hard. I ended up having to go up a mountain, one of the most technical mountains that I had faced. And then I ended up, I was crying. Like the whole time I was going up that mountain, I was crying. It was hard. And there was like miscommunications between me and this guy that I was hiking with. And we were going to share food because I actually ran out of food because we had to stop an extra night because of my leg. So he ended up going ahead because I was going to get a ride into town, but it turned out I couldn't get a ride. And I lost service. So he actually hiked into town and I didn't have food that night. So I was just miserable. That last night was miserable. I was super swollen. I had been crying. I was in so much pain. And on top of all of that, I still had a cough. I had got COVID in November, and then I got bronchitis in like January, and then again in February, right before I left for the Appalachian Trail. And I had a residual cough. I would cough all night long, which I'm sure everybody really appreciated. I just wasn't at my peak. And that kind of leads me into where I want my channel to go. I really want to start filming kind of like my fitness journey to get prepped for the Colorado Trail. That's my next goal. I do eventually want to do the Appalachian Trail, but that's going to be a couple years down the line. I want to do the Colorado Trail and then go from there and make some new goals after I'm done with the Colorado Trail. So that gives me a year. I have a year to train, and I live in Colorado, so there's plenty of opportunities for me to get out there. I just need to do it. So I'd love to film that. I want to take some camping trips, maybe go into like the food that I'm eating, things along those lines. I am not an expert at this. I have no idea what I'm doing, so this is going to be a learning experience, and I'd kind of like to document that. I think it'd be kind of fun. So that's where I'm gonna start going. I know I started out as an Appalachian Trail kind of channel, but that's the path I'm gonna take, is more of a fitness path. So yeah, that's about it. Can't wait to put out some more videos. I'll see you soon. So it's March 10th. Yesterday I hiked in to Rock Gap and got picked up by a shuttle. I couldn't hike any further. It was only 3.5 miles from Long Branch Shelter. And like I said, I just couldn't hike anymore. My leg was hurting. So I went into Rock Gap, and yeah, I found out today that I'm going to have to get off trail. My leg is really swollen. I do have a little bit of an infection on it from a cut that I've been trying to clean and like take care of, but I'm having trouble with. So I may need antibiotics, and I do need some x-rays, so I'm gonna go home and get those things done. I was told that I probably need to stay off it for at least a month, and then go from there. So at minimum, I'll be off of it for a month, and then depending on the x-rays, you know, if the x-rays say that nothing else is more wrong with it, then that month will be my healing time, hopefully. But yeah, kind of a sad and disappointing thing to happen, but I do need to make sure that I'm healing, and I need to make sure that I'm not doing any more damage so that I can get back out there and hike. That's the most important thing for me. So yeah, I'll be coming home tomorrow. It's crazy to think that I'm not gonna be waking up and hiking and living this life that I've like kind of become accustomed to. It's really almost like surreal feeling to think that I'm going back to regular life. It's crazy. So yeah, that's about it. I don't really have anything else to say. I'll see you soon.